Okay, so we're gonna play a quick game that is which is better, and I need all of y'all to come and line up right here in front of the podium. Come on, come on. You too. Yes, you too. Come on, come line up. I can't come back to one here. Back up, right here. All right, so all of you need to stand in a line right here. Wow. And keep your hands to yourself.
Yeah, Nathan.
All right, so I'm going to tell you two things. And if it's the first one, if it's the first thing, you need to go to this side. If it's the first thing, you need to go to this side. If it's the second thing, you need to go to this side, okay?
Yeah, so would you rather?
Yes, would you rather, okay? Or take into consideration money, popularity, all this other stuff. Take all that into consideration, okay? So which is better, teacher or pro athlete?
For days.
Okay.
For days.
Okay, so 2 versus 4. Okay, so come back to the center. All right. All right. Contractor versus attorney. Okay, 2 and 4. All right, come back together. Okay, so a nurse versus an astronaut.
Nurses. Astronaut's pretty fun though.
I don't want to be around stuff that's going to kill me.
Yeah, but I don't
Like
know. But
nothing.
like, if a meteor comes, I need some. No, but if I get nah.
All right, so 5 to 1. All right, so you're gonna have a seat and we're gonna talk about it.
I didn't even think about
So,
That's rare. I need a nurse in case of athletes. That's happening.
all right, so first off, from pro athletes to teachers, why did some of you that chose pro athletes choose it?
Athlete.
Because y'all are athletes? Okay, you're gonna be a pro, make a lot of money. All right, so the 2 that chose teaching, why did you choose teaching?
Because they're the one that
Because I've already invested too much money in my degree.
Because you're already, I told Jess, I said, you're probably the only one to go over the teacher side because that's what you want to be. But you did as well, so why did you choose teaching over pro athletes?
Because I don't like athletic stuff, and I don't like to move.
You don't like athletic stuff and you don't like to move, okay? So why did the 4 of you choose contractors over the 2 that chose attorneys?
Because the contractors think
attorney's lies.
They get that moolah.
Okay, so hang on, what they make money?
They get to feel like
They
really good
lie.
stuff. So.
Attorney's lies.
Like who you think?
Attorneys lie?
It's like attorneys.
Okay.
Who you think makes the courthouses? So without the contract, they won't be nothing. So
Okay, so why did you 2 choose attorneys?
because they just like she don't like.
You didn't know what a contractor was. Wow, this is the lady that's going to be school to be a teacher. It's okay.
Well, aren't you
All right.
teaching
I didn't know the
kindergarten?
full extent of what they do.
What contractors do? They build stuff.
Oh, I
Repair
can't do this stuff. I
You
can't.
can't do it, okay.
Again, moving.
Again, moving. Okay. So the attorney doesn't have to move that much. All right, so here's the fun one, because y'all kind of split on this one. Nurse versus astronaut. Only one of you picked astronaut, and why?
Because I don't know.
I mean, if aliens attack, you're gonna be the first
But
one.
like, see, you had to pick
Oh,
nurse.
Brad, I took your phone
It's okay.
accidentally.
You need an astronaut in case a meteor comes to you, but that's rarely gonna happen. But you know, you get sick all the time, so you're gonna need.
And also because astronauts make a lot of money. I guess.
Astronauts make a lot of money.
I like
Do
to
good.
that,
To do what? Do nothing. They go
So
to
wait,
space.
so why did the rest of you choose nursing?
Because nurses. I need a nurse, and I got like a pretty cute nurse. So,
Yeah, like if he gonna be a pro athlete, he needs to be a nurse
I
too.
don't know.
See, if you're going to be a pro athlete, you need to be a nurse as well. You have to take care of yourself. That's what he just said.
He said you gonna need a nurse.
So,
I need a nurse.
all right, well, let's look at this. Let's look at this perspective. Okay, a teacher and a pro sport athlete, a pro athlete, they both are in the service industry to some aspect.
Entertainment and education.
Well, they're impacting the lives of others
Yeah.
around them in a positive way or a negative way. They both are. Okay? Contractors and attorneys are in the service industry as well. They both help people get what they want in some degree, shape, or fashion. All right?
For a lot more moolah.
And a nurse versus an astronaut, they both have very dangerous jobs. Whether you think about it or not, nurses put themselves out on the line every single day to sicknesses, illnesses, all these diseases, everything, without any regard. An astronaut does the same thing in going into
I could
space.
not be a surgeon.
And doing
I
that.
couldn't do that. Because I'd be so scared to get to take somebody's life like that.
Okay.
I don't see how surgeons do it. I really don't.
So, but think about this. Jesus was all three of these things. Jesus was a teacher, a contractor, and a healer.
Who was an astronaut?
No, he was those three things. And all three of those things, you can be more than one thing, can't you? So, all right, we're going to be in Matthew 4, chapter 4, verses 1 through 11. And Jalen, you're going to read verses 1 through 6 for us. All right, go ahead and start us off.
Then Jesus was led up by the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted by the devil. After fasting 40 days and 40 nights, he was hungry. And was that tempter?
Mhm.
That's him. Came and said to him, "If you are the Son of God, command these stones to become loaves of bread." Then he answered, "If it is written, man shall not live by bread alone, by every word that comes from the mouth of God." Then the devil took him to the holy city and set him on the, was it Pennis? Pinnacle?
Yes, pinnacle.
Of the temple and said to him, "If you are the Son of God, throw yourself down, for it is written, He will command His angels concerning you, and on their hands they will bear you up, let you strike your foot against a stone."
Jesus said to him, "Again it is written, you shall not put the Lord your God to the test." Again the devil took him to a very high mountain and showed him all the kingdoms of the world and their glory. And he said to him, "All of these I will give you if you will fall down and worship me." Then Jesus said to him, "Be gone, Satan, for it is written, you shall worship the Lord your God, and him only shall you serve." Then the devil left him, and behold, angels came and were ministering to him.
Okay, so even Jesus struggled with these things in life that were causing trying to be distractions to him. Is it always going to be easy to be a Christian?
No.
What are some of the things that's going to cause you to stumble and fall?
Drugs, society,
Peers.
Yeah,
Relationships.
relationships, and
You
that
said
goes
so sadly.
that goes past just dating relationships. That also goes with friendships, also families. Families are tough. A lot of things that you do in life, you have to have your family backing you and supporting you. And without that, it's kind of hard to do those things. All right? Is it always the most popular thing to be a Christian?
It depends.
It's frowned
It
upon.
depends how the town is.
It depends on how the town is.
Mhm.
Okay?
There's some country
society now is really frowned upon.
There are societies that is frowned upon being a Christian because a lot of aspects, we're very lucky in South Georgia that we have a very little confrontation about being Christians in comparison to people over in Africa and in the Middle East, where they're persecuted because they're being Christians. So it's not popular at all for them to want to do that. But does that mean we're not allowed to have fun and do those kind of things as being Christian? Because being a Christian can be fun.
Mm-hmm.
All right? Jesus had a lot of fun while he was ministering to others and things, while he was traveling. He got to see some of those miraculous things happen, so did the people around him. But did that mean he was exempt from the temptations? Even the devil himself tried to tempt Jesus. I mean, so if the devil can tempt Jesus, do you think he can do it to us?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
So what are some ways that we can try to avoid that?
Don't go around drugs.
Don't put yourself in bad situations around people that are around stuff with drugs or alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What about at school?
Don't talk to people at school.
Well, you need to talk to people at school, but don't talk bad about
Don't
people
talk
at
to the
school.
wrong crowd.
Don't talk to the wrong group. Or,
Yeah. What else?
um,
What about on the athletes, you athletes? What about that? When you're on the football field or on the soccer field, or how you conduct yourself there?
Well, we pray before a game at practice. So,
Yeah, Rev usually gets a group together to pray.
You pray?
Yeah, we pray.
Well, that's a good influence. That's a good setting because you're setting the example for others around you. But just because somebody around you is acting badly or trying to allow sin to take over their life, does that mean that you have to allow it to affect you? No? So,
Who was talking about something wrong topic?
yeah.
It was cool because you were like a athletes. And
So,
on Sundays before games, they usually go to a church.
Yeah, like usually the past few Sundays, like some of the players have been getting saved.
well, that's awesome.
You know, we talking about the punter got saved last Sunday.
Well, that's really cool. And are you helping in that role? Administering to them?
It's kind of like help talk to them. Like,
Well, that's good. You know what else you can do? You can pray for them. That's one of the strongest things that we can do as Christians is pray for one another. So that way we're not faced with all these adversities because the world around you is crumbling with sin. With all this happening, I mean, even back in Jesus' time, sin was prevalent among the nations around him. They were believing in false idols and false gods and thinking it was okay. Well, we do that today too. Whether it's money or greed or success, or women or men, any of these things, relationship statuses. I don't know about food,
There
but
are some people that
But, yeah.
worship some food.
so, but it can be
You
fun.
watch my weird addictions.
It can be fun to be a Christian. Being a Christian can bring you joy, and that's where Ben's going to read John 16:20 through 22 for us.
I assure you, you will weep and wail, but the world will rejoice. You will become sorrowful, but your sorrow will turn to joy. When a woman is in labor, she has pain because her time has come. But when she has given birth to the child, she no longer remembers the suffering because of the joy that a person has been born into the world. So you also have sorrow now, but I will see you again. Your hearts will rejoice, and no one will rob you of your joy.
Okay? What is something that brings you the most joy in the entire world? One thing. Football. All right?
Seeing other people happy.
Seeing other people happy. I'll tell you, it's family for me. Family brings me the most joy of anything. Because when I see my little girl smile or I see my wife smile, it's the same thing that you're saying about making other people happy. When my family is happy, I am happy because of that. But through that, how did I get that joy? How did I earn that joy? It's kind of a trick question.
Kind of put it in there.
Because I didn't earn joy. Joy was freely given.
You accepted.
I accepted it. Because we can find joy in all the small things in life. Because we see Christ's hand at work in everything that we do. When you think about your church, you think about each individual person that's in it. God's put them here for a specific reason. It's the same thing when you look at the people in your family. You're a member of that family. God has a special purpose and role for you in that. So, how can we seek God's face and seek God's joy in everyday life? In everything you do at school? How can we do that?
Be open to it.
Be open to it? Okay, what else? Can you elaborate on that? Being open to it?
Like, sometimes God gives you signs to help people.
Okay.
And, you don't want to ignore it, no matter what the situation is.
Yeah.
You try to help best you can.
That's a very good point. I mean, sometimes God opens up doors that we don't even expect. And how you act on them may impact whether or not that person ever comes to know Christ or not. Through the actions that you do. Out of the kindness of your heart because you're answering God's will for your life. Another big one is praying for one another. Again, that's a huge one. Every morning we wake up and we pray for y'all. We think about y'all. We want y'all to succeed in school. We want y'all to do great in school. We want y'all to strive to have that Christian lifestyle where when you go to school, you don't let those little small things bug you. Even though it's tough. I know sometimes it's really tough when those small things bug you, but just let it roll off your shoulder. Just turn that other cheek. Because at the end of the day, your actions speak louder than your words. So if you're living that Christian lifestyle, if you're walking it daily, then others are going to see that. Others are going to see that motivation in you. They're going to see that passion, that joy coming through you, even in your lowest of lows. Because y'all all have had low points in your school already. In y'all's school career, y'all have already had a low point. Whether it be something on a grade, or y'all break up with somebody that's in the same grade as you, your boyfriend or girlfriend.
It just sucks. Rumors.
Gossip, yeah, all that stuff. But you know, through all of it, if you put God's name first in everything that you do, and you put His focus above everything, then you're going to be fine. He's going to lead you in the direction that's best. Now, it may not be that you're the most popular kid in school. That's okay. Because if you're doing God's will for your life, and His plan for your life, you're going to be fine. Here's the big question, and the fine question about it is, what's better than being a Christian?
Being in heaven.
Being in heaven? The question, the answer of it is, there's nothing better than being a Christian, other than heaven. I mean, but that's after the fact, once we die or Jesus comes back. But yeah, there's nothing better. Because we've got someone that loves us unconditionally, no matter what we do, no matter how bad we mess up. And believe me, I mean, I've messed up quite a bit. And I'm sure y'all will too over the course of your whole life. We're not perfect in any shape or form. But does that mean God doesn't love us? Doesn't appreciate us? No. He still loves us even more each day. So how do we grow closer to Him? Through that. And the fact that we know that now, that no matter what we do, no matter what we say, or the actions that we do, God's still going to love us.
Just talk to Him.
Talk to Him. Pray to Him. Have an open relationship with God.
Have a prayer time.
Prayer time?
Quiet time.
See, it's kind of tough. I mean, when you start thinking about the aspects of your life and you really start thinking about, well, how can I fit God into my life? You think about it this way. How many of your parents have ever given you money to take to church before? Or take to school to get ice cream?
I was like, Mom, get my fries.
Yeah. Okay. So they give you $1 to go get ice cream, and they give you $1 to turn in for offering. Okay? And on the way to school or to church, you drop $1 and it goes down the gutter right there, and you're like, oh, well, okay. Well, I guess I'm not going to be giving an offering that week. That's how we think, isn't it? We don't want to give God our first in everything that we do.
I'm giving you a shirt.
No.
I just lost $1.
Well, you give him the other $1.
Oh, what you said?
For your ice cream.
Give you $1.
No. But in that, though, it's the same thing with our time. When you think about how many hours are in a day, it's 24 hours. Out of that, we probably don't give God more than 20 minutes of it, if that.
My quiet time's 30 minutes, thank you.
Well, some of us do. Your quiet time's 30 minutes. All right? And when you look at it this way,
I'm not saying it's 30 minutes every day, but at the most it's like 30 minutes.
but you look at it this way, we spend more time than that watching TV.
I mean, most of my time goes into sleeping.
Most of your time goes into sleeping. We sleep a lot more than we spend time with God, don't we?
Well, if we could pray in our sleep, I would still do that.
But we also look at it,
That would be so fun.
your phones. Oh man, that's a big one, isn't it?
I don't own a phone.
Man, I'm on my phone. I'm on my phone all the time.
I don't own a
If
phone.
if it's not something to do with work or with our other business, man, I'm on the phone talking to people, texting people, doing all kinds of things.
I am too.
But within it all, the important thing is though, I know where I'm going, and I know that Christ is inside of my life. I know that what I'm going to do through my life is going to benefit Him, not me. And I'm going to be able to use the things of for His glory and not my own. But here's the thing, I shouldn't have to tell anybody, hey, I'm a Christian. They should have to see it just from the way I act. And that's the greatest thing that I can offer to anyone, is to show them my joy.
Prove your high school friend wrong.
Yeah. Prove everybody wrong. And show them, hey, no matter what happens to me, no matter what you throw at me, my God is stronger. My God could get me through any of that.
Got a serious question for you, though. With
Yeah.
saying that, okay, you know how like people out there for me a while ago, it was like a few years ago, like when in that school, like shot all them kids, and he asked that one girl if she believed in God. She said yeah, and he shot her. Would you say the same?
Yes, I would.
Yeah, I think I would.
But here's the thing. I mean, I'm not going to denounce God in front of anybody. Because let us sure, if I denounce God in front of humans, God's going to denounce me. But here's the thing. I don't deserve God's grace. You hear me, Nathan? I don't deserve God's grace. It's just by His unbelievable desire and love that He had for His Son and for all of us that He wants us to succeed. He wants us to be in that relationship with Him. See, I'm not worthy at all to even be standing up here talking to you because of my past sins. But yet, by God's grace, that we are all saved. Not just in the aspect that I'm called or you're called. We're all called to be disciples of Christ. We're all called His children. But in everything we do it to glorify God. Do it in everything you can to show God's love and grace through your life and your everyday actions. All right? Any prayer requests? Anything? Still be with those that are traveling back and forth to Savannah and all in Jacksonville. Also be with the family who lost their loved one the other day
At Walmart?
Yeah, from Florida.
Yeah, Miss
From Ely.
Billy something.
So, anyone like to pray for us?
I got you.
Okay, go ahead.
Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this day. We're all together here in your name, speak about you, how great you are to us. And we pray for those who are sick, pray for those traveling back home, make sure they have a safe trip, protect them and their family. Pray for all the ones that have lost their loved ones. Just bless them, treat them well, Lord. To bless the good business that reaches our hearts. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. All right.